Hello, everybody. This is Bill Walker, the astrologer, and we are going to go over the astrology picks for today's Sweet 16 games. This is my astrologer in training, Bill R. Johnston. Hello. Okay. All right. To start, Kansas State's coach. He's had Uranus in a really good spot, and they've had a great year already. I've pulled his chart up right here. Um, Uranus is right here on his north node. Um, this has been a huge year for him, but I think it ends today. This is Tom Izzo's chart. And one of the things that we look at, I'm going to go back to Jerome Tang's chart here. The moon at the game time, both the game time here, is is going to be at 2 degrees, 10 minutes of Taurus right here. And throughout the game, it's going to move about a degree in the 2 hours. So you're out the motion on it. 2 degrees, 10 minutes to 3 degrees and 19 minutes at the end of the game. So here we have Jerome Tang's Mercury here at 2 degrees of Scorpio. So the moon is going to be opposite as Mercury. Mercury deals a lot with his way, his form of communication to his team, his strategy in the game, and it's going to be challenged by whatever Tom Izzo is going to throw at him. If we look at the game end, we have a midheaven um, of 22 degrees of Cancer. Midheaven deals more with what the collective looks for in terms of its projection, in terms of what the collective needs. And in these cases, his collective needs an underdog. The collective loves an underdog. The collective also loves a long-term fighter and winner. And when we look at Tom Izzo's chart, he has Jupiter at 22 degrees and 57 minutes of Cancer, showing it right here on the chart. So the midheaven is going to be exact on his natal Jupiter. I mean, 3 minutes off, and that's just near exact. It could be exact because with fouls and everything, it may end up. It's not going to be an exact 2 hour game, so it might be exact to the minute. But Michigan State's going to move on based on that alone. Looking at Arkansas, UConn, this was a tough one. I looked at everyone's chart. Looks like Ricky Council is going to have a really good game. Let me check my notes on this one. So this is what stood out to me here. Danny Hurley's chart. Look down here at his progressions. He's got Mars right here in his progress chart at 6 degrees of Scorpio, 6 degrees 41 minutes. This is for today. He's got Uranus at 6 degrees and 43 minutes of Scorpio. That exact conjunction, especially with it making a sextile aspect to his natal Venus. Venus deals with Venus in Capricorn, deals with how he facilitates through his relationships with the players, sort of gestalts his own athletic career through his players, tries to make his players better. It's part of his karmic. Um, Capricorn deals with this kind of facilitation, delegation of energy and responsibility. To have this alignment in Scorpio near exact on this day is auspicious. Arkansas's charts look good, but I would say that UConn, this is what tips the scales for me. Again, we're just looking for an edge. You know, we are using noon. We don't know the exact minute of birth, so we're missing the moon. So that's going to throw some of the stuff off. Um, that's also why some of these bets, I think if I had the exact time of birth for every player and every coach in the tournament, I think I would pick close to a perfect tournament. I might pick a perfect tournament, but because we don't, um, we got to use the best we can with using noon. Noontime is the birth time, and we're gaining an edge through doing so. So UConn's going to move on in this one. Now, the other one surprised me because I thought UCLA's future chart looked like they had a good chance of being in the finals. But I looked at today's chart, and I'm going to go specifically to, let's look here. Um, this is Mark Few's chart. Mark Few, the coach of Gonzaga. Okay, we note here that he has an exact trine with the sun in Capricorn and Uranus in Virgo. An exact. We have 5 degrees Virgo, 5 degrees Capricorn. Now let's look at game time. Let's pull up Gonzaga, UCLA. And we're going to note the lunar node, 5 degrees of Taurus. Now, at the end of this game, through this game, we move the game. Look at the end of game. The moon will be conjunct the north node at 5 degrees of Taurus. That means the moon and the north node are going to be making a triangle, a grand earth trine to the Capricorn sun and Uranus and Virgo of Mark Few. Then we look at Mark Few's progressions and look here. His progressed sun is at 8 degrees of Cancer. His natal Jupiter is at 8 degrees of Pisces. So his progressed sun is making a trine to his natal Jupiter. All in all, that's just those are some amazing aspects today for Mark Few. I think Gonzaga is going to move on to the Elite Eight. Now for the final game. Um, Dusty May had a challenging looking chart today. Let's look here. Here's Dusty May. This is Dusty May, the coach of FAU. And we'll note here that in his progression, he's got Mercury in exact square to his natal Pluto. And it happens near exact today. Now, again, if he's not born at exactly noon, it's going to be skewed. But this miracle run is going to end soon, and I think it ends today. Let me take a look here at my notes on Rick Barnes's chart. His moon, the moon. We talked about, so let's go back to what we talked about, Mark Few's, that at 5 degrees Earth. And we look at Rick Barnes's chart right here, and we got Venus at 4 degrees and 59 minutes, essentially 5 degrees of Virgo. Right there aligned in the same triangle with Mark Few here. Moon is going to be past the opposition to a Saturn. If it was exact opposite Saturn, I would have more concern. But with here, we have his progressed Neptune, his progressed Pluto, his progressed Venus, his progressed Mercury, all in that area where the moon is going to be making good aspects to it today. So I'm going to move Tennessee on. And so those are the picks for the day. The picks are going to be Michigan State, UConn, Gonzaga, and Tennessee. All right, good luck, everybody.